Amy, first of all, you wanted to apologise to which female politician was it?
Daphne Kane. I forgot her name. I'm very sorry. She's one of my the MHK for my area, so I should probably know that.
Right, let's go Patrick over here. Patrick, the Crown Green bowler as well. Patrick, I want to talk about Alex Allinson, one of the Ramsey MHKs, wants to legalise cannabis-style medicine. I just wonder how you feel about cannabis itself being legalised on the Isle of Man.
To be honest, I'm not really too fussed. I'm a good little boy, stay away from all that, so...
But do you think, because lots of people, and alcohol and drugs are often bandied around, there's lots of, there are no out-of-work people on the Isle of Man, there's lots of money around, and lots of people at weekends use drugs, and often it's said that are you pro or anti-drugs?
To be honest, I'm not too fussed. Like, if that's someone's decision, then they can crack on, can't they?
Do you think they should be legalised?
It depends if it's helping people. If it's going to help people, then yeah, let's legalise it. But if not, then let it chill.
Max, what's your opinion on the legalisation of cannabis, let's just say?
Well, I think it'd probably be a good thing.
Because it may happen in your lifetime.
Yeah. And, well, the thing about it is making many drugs illegal causes more issues than it actually, is stopping. Because if you're locking someone up for having a bit of weed in their pocket and getting a bit high, then it's kind of you ruining someone's life for just trying to have a good time.
Okay. Charlotte, next. How do you feel about, let's just say, cannabis?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly harmful. It's not like it's like cocaine or anything. So if it can medically help somebody, I don't see why that should be an issue.
So medicinal cannabis you think should be okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Because Dr. Allinson has quite firm on that point. And of course, in Britain, lots of cannabis-based medicines are helping people with pain reduction as well.
Yeah.
So you think that should happen on the island?
Well, yeah, I think it's just it's a step forward for the Isle of Man. We're always seen as quite backwards, but then if we start doing stuff like this, we're taking the first step to make changes, and we can start other countries wanting to do that as well. Okay,
Jonathan, what's your view on cannabis? Do you think cannabis should be legalised?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of police time is spent locking people up and dealing with people who are in possession of drugs like cannabis, where that isn't necessarily the thing that most helps them. I think cannabis itself, I'm from Canada, and we have obviously legalized cannabis last year. And none of the kind of disastrous, apocalyptic predictions that some people were saying were going to happen have happened. It hasn't actually had a massive impact since its legalization, so I definitely think it would be a positive thing, yeah.
Some people talk about legalising cannabis on the Isle of Man, and obviously in places like, I don't know, in Canada, do they have in Holland they have things called hash cafes where people go and smoke cannabis. What's the legalisation, the actual legalisation in Canada? What is it possession of that's been legalised, or can you legally use it?
You can legally use it recreationally. You can buy it and also grow a certain amount per household. I do think it varies province to province. I think some are stricter than others, and it's not quite as laissez-faire as Holland. So
it's not a federal issue. This is an issue by province, is it? So Ontario is legalised, has it?
Yes, Ontario has. Obviously, out west they have a bit of a culture where it's much more kind of accepting of cannabis and even other drugs as well. So they're maybe a little bit looser.
In British Columbia, as I say.
Yes, that would
where
be British
Megan's
Columbia.
gone.
Has she?
Megan's
I haven't been keeping up.
She's gone to Vancouver Island.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Amy, what's your feeling on cannabis?
Well, yeah, I think I agree with John and Max. If people want to use it and have a good time, then I don't think it makes sense that they should be put in a similar kind of environment as people that have done a lot worse crimes.
Do you think, let's just say, cannabis is, because some people sometimes say that the use of cannabis can be a sliding slope to using much more harmful drugs, Class A drugs, cocaine and heroin.
I feel like that could be true, but it all depends on the person, because some people are a lot more strict with themselves and say, right, I'm just going to stick to this and that's it, but other people could be like, oh, I really like this drug, so why don't I go and try other ones and experiment a bit more, and then that could be where it gets worse. Okay,
Victoria, you, how old are you?
I'm 16.
So you can't legally drink, can you?
No.
You can't. How do you feel about social facilities within Ramsey for people of your age? What do you do when you go out? Where do you go?
I don't know. I just normally go to like house parties rather than like out.
Because can you go to a pub at all?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Do you go to pubs? Have you ever been in pubs?
No.
No. So everyone socialises in house parties. Freya, do you socialise in house parties?
No, not really. I don't tend to go out to parties very much.
What do you do for social life?
For social life, well, I've got my friends at school. I'm lucky enough to be part of the police youth scheme as well. But so I've got a great group of friends
The
there.
police
Youth scheme.
What's that?
It's a group of young people who come together and learn about what the police do and go out and help in the community as well, get to know people and just have a general presence. And it's good to shed a better light on young people.
How did you get into that?
So it was advertised at the school over a year ago now, and I thought I'd give it a try. I applied for it, got into it, and it's been one of the best experience I've ever had.
In what way? What do you get out of it?
So it's taught me a lot of life skills. It's helped me become better at talking to people, and it's also given me a wider knowledge in just a lot of general issues on the island in general.
How often do you go out with the police?
I have been out with the police. We don't go out all too often, but we do meet up every Thursday for educational lessons. Yeah.
That's fascinating. What do you think? Is that going to lead to anything with you personally?
Possibly. When I joined up, it was my original idea to hopefully go into the police when leaving school or after uni, but from an opportunity that I got through the youth scheme to go on a tour of a Navy ship, I came to the realisation that actually I want to go into the Navy. So although I am doing this police youth scheme, it has helped me realise where I actually want to be in life.
Is that something you intend to do?
Yes, when I leave school I intend to join up in the Navy.
Do the Navy know already?
I don't quite think so. Maybe soon.
Why the Navy?
I'm not too sure actually. My dad was in the Royal Marines and he was for a very long time. And I don't know too much about what he got up to, but he is a great person, and I hope that being in the military myself will help me.
Jess is next to us as well. Jess, what do you get up to for social life?
Social life wise, I mean, I go out with my friends from time to time. I'm a pretty boring person, if I'm completely honest.
Are you on social media? Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I am.
How much time do you spend on Facebook?
On Facebook itself, I mean, I'm not really the biggest user of Facebook. I tend to, concentrate myself on different types of social media.
Instagram?
Yeah.
How often do you post on Instagram?
Oh, God, really rarely. I just forget.
Do you watch other people's Instagrams then?
Yeah, like you have like a homepage and you can just scroll through and you just like photos, scroll through like the photo of a lot of people.
What's your view of social media in general?
My view of social media.
Is it a good thing?
I think it can be a good thing. I think there's a lot of positives to it, but at the same time, there is a lot of negatives to having social media, like the stress of having social media and the social expectation that everyone's supposed to have it's quite a negative thing, in my opinion.
Are you on Twitter?
No, I'm not.
Who's the most famous person you follow on Instagram?
Oh, God, probably someone like Ariana Grande. She's got like over 100 million followers. Yeah.
And you're a very important one of those, remember?
Yeah.
So in terms of social life, it's just a group of friends.
Yeah, I just have a small, close group of friends. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Now, Zara's with us. Zara's the cornet. What else?
Play a bit of guitar.
Cornet, guitar, drums. And are you on Facebook?
I am, yes.
How much time a week do you spend on Facebook?
I don't know. Usually it's whenever I get just a notification, I go on it just for a quick check.
Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah.
Who do you follow on Twitter?
So many people.
Thousands?
No. Probably a couple hundred people.
And who's the most famous person you follow on Twitter?
I don't know really. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Zara, when was the last time you bought a newspaper?
I don't think I have. I get all the news on my phone.
Can you remember the last time you went into a newsagent and bought a magazine or a newspaper?
No, I can't. I don't think I have. Everything's just on my phone.
Where do you get your news from?
TV, radio, phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you get news on your phone? Which
Yeah.
site would you go to?
BBC, yeah, Max Radio, Energy. Yeah.
And in terms of newspapers, do you read any newspapers online?
Yeah. So like the BBC put out articles, so you read them as well. I try to stay away from the Sun, and all of that is not too good.
In terms of world politicians, who's the chief man in Russia?
I'm not big on politics.
Who's the chief man in America?
Donald Trump. I don't know.
And what do you think of? Do you know much about Donald Trump?
That he's being impeached, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I want to go to Charlotte, who's over here. Charlotte was the person who spent some time in Hansard in the House of Keys. In terms of world politics, what do you know about Donald Trump?
I don't really like him very much. I don't think he's best leader. I'm not a fan.
He's the man in charge of the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah.
Do you think he's doing a good job, though? The fact that you don't like him...
I don't think he's doing a good job, no. The fact that he's being impeached kind of shows that he's not really doing a very good job.
What about the Brexit? Did you have any opinions about Brexit?
Yeah, I don't agree with Brexit. I don't like that's gone through, but obviously can't change it now. So, I don't like Boris Johnson, but can't really change that either.
Jeremy Corbyn. What did you think about Jeremy Corbyn?
Yeah, I quite like Jeremy Corbyn. I'm not sure all his policies were the best. Like the way he went about the election, some of his tactics, like obviously didn't work out for him. But I prefer him over Boris Johnson.
And obviously, you're going to go to Europe for a ski gap year as well. What do you think that? Do you know anything about how Brexit will affect your residency?
Yeah, well, not at the minute because it's still obviously it's not gone through yet, so it's a bit worrying. Like, I might have to get a visa. I'm not it'll be different. Obviously, I think a lot of the companies who offer it are still planning on making it available for people from the UK, but it's not set in stone until we officially leave.
Do you play computer games?
No.
Who plays computer games here? Max, do you play computer games?
Not really these days. I used to be into the Xbox when I was younger, but I kind of just, sacked it off. Can't bother.
What was the game you played on Xbox?
A lot of FIFA, Call of Duty, that kind of stuff.
Soccer Manager and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can do anything really on FIFA Ultimate Team.
Who plays computer games here? Anybody play? This is amazing. Do you know, somehow I thought, Patrick, you might. So you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan. You play Crown Green Bowls in Ballath.
Yep.
And what game do you play on computer?
So I play a bit of COD and a bit of FIFA.
COD?
Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty as well. And which Call of Duty are you on to at the moment?
I'm playing Modern Warfare.
Okay, who bought the game?
I did.
Did you? How much was it?
It was £44.
Okay, when was the last time you bought a newspaper?
Back in the day. Right back in primary school, I think it was.
Do you ever buy a magazine?
No, they're a bit boring.
Where do you get your news from then?
Where do I get my news from? Well, my dad likes to blurt on about the news sometimes, so from him.
Do you ever look at news on your phone? Do you check?
It pops up on my phone a bit, but it's mainly just Sky Sports.
Are you on Facebook, Instagram, or?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Instagram.
How much time do you spend on Facebook?
It depends what's going on.
Do you post on Instagram?
Yeah, I do a bit, yeah, from Sunday Adventures. Yeah.
And Twitter, do you tweet?
No, I don't.
Do you follow people on Twitter, though?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Jose Mourinho?
No, I only follow 4 people. Cause I don't really use it. So it's just in the background.
Do you think social media is a good thing?
You know, I like social media. It's you can keep up to date with everything that's going on. Obviously you get some incidences, but if you look at the majority of it, social media is overall quite a good thing in my opinion.
In terms of, we were talking about drugs earlier on.
Yeah.
Do you think we should be sending people who use cannabis to jail?
No, not at all. It's at the end of the day, it's their choice to do it. They're just doing it to have fun, aren't they? If they're obviously harming people whilst doing it, then that's a different story. But if They're just doing it to have fun for like 1 or 2 nights in.
Did you go on any of these Extinction Rebellion marches?
No. I'd rather just stay in school.
What do you think about Extinction Rebellion and what they do and what they propose?
I'm not going to lie, I don't know who they are or what they do. I kind of just stay away from that.
Are you carbon neutral?
Again, don't know what that means, but we'll just leave it.
I would say playing bowls is fairly carbon
Yeah.
neutral as well. But the whole image of cleaning up the Isle of Man, you know, there are people who go around the beaches cleaning the beaches up. Have you ever heard about them?
Yeah.
Have you ever cleaned a beach up?
Yes, I have.
Which one when?
In Ramsey with school, like 2 years. In fact, just probably about 4 years ago. Yeah.
Have you been back?
No. No.
Has anybody here cleaned a beach? Anybody been on Beach Buddies round here? Oh, yes, you have. Yes. That's, it's Amy, isn't it? No, it's, there we are. Victoria and Freya have it. Which beach did you clean?
Bluff Beach.
Is that with Beach Buddies?
Yes, that was with Beach Buddies.
When was it?
Oh, ages ago when I was in primary school. I think it was when it was first starting out. Me and my family would go down to the beach and help out.
Victoria, which one have you been on?
Yeah, Bluff Beach, and I've also cleaned Ramsey Beach too.
Do you think that's worldwide now? There's a massive article at the weekend in National Geographic about it, and it all started on the Isle of Man. Do you think we have a litter problem on the island?
I'm not really sure. Possibly.
When you cleaned the beach, what sort of stuff did you pick up?
Can't remember anything. Plastic, bottles, a whole range of random things.
Do you? Does this whole Extinction Rebellion thing mean much to you?
No. I don't really know what it is either, to be honest.
Really?
No.
Do you think, because lots of people get very excited by the fact that, you know, the Greenland's going to melt and we're going to disappear underwater. Is that something that bothers you?
I don't really. I've not looked into it that much, so I don't really have an opinion on it. So. Yeah.
Anybody here a Greta fan, by the way? Greta. No, Greta. We're Greteless over here. Crikey. Okay. We're going to be back in just a few moments' time with the students of Ramsey Grammar School. We're live at Ramsey Grammar School. We're out and about all over the place, and I have to say we're having tremendous fun. And if you're listening in the common room, you should come in here. We'll be back in a moment.